Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I hope we are all on this same page. We are all in together, right? Worldwide, that if we are on the same page, or I would say the wisest among the audience must be aware that I'm providing an excellent civil justice as a multitasking, right? Because I have to display all the crimes, because it's crime 1, crime 2 to the United States of America, and display who is innocent, who is not innocent, right? And innocent can be categorized as innocent at fault, innocent not at fault. And either ways, those population must be allowed to live free. So I'm also providing layer by layer civil justice as well. Is a multitasking goes in hand, right? So that way, I'm displaying the illusion one side and the truth one side. Yes, when I'm displaying the truth, the population might be in a shock mode, right? They would not even got that holiest wisdom which I'm providing. They would not even want to get that kind of an education from me. But then, this is what the truth is. People have to deal with it, and it will not be easiest for the population to take that raw truth and eat it and digest it, because even to take and eat it, their brain must be processing, but it is not, right? Because it is a shock mode. When I'm saying Vice President Pence of Republican admin is at fault and President Trump is not at fault, but bottom line they are innocent means, then there is a raw truth there. So it will be very toughest for the population to digest it, because all along this past 4 years they've been witnessing only an illusion, versus I'm displaying this is the illusion and this is the truth, my dear fellow mankind. See it, witness it like that. So then, if you all seeing one more on the layer mode, whatever my peers are talking and whatever I'm talking, it is always in the holy wisdom codes alone, ethics of codes, right? So that itself is a proof, life proof, a fire proof, that only because of the God's Holy Spirit I'm talking, right? And I'm also providing unbiased civil law, one law for all. Everybody worldwide are in the court of law. And that is why I want to get the civil justice right in front of all nations, right in front of entire human kingdom. Means it is the ethical standards way, the human standards way of getting the rightful civil justice. Because I proved that United States of America do not have justice services yet. United States of America do not have doctors yet. Right? So that means, and United States of America do not have humans yet. Yes, there are 300 millions of population, but then sadly, no, there are no humans, there are no men, there are no women yet. And they don't know what is family values, they don't know how to value and honor and respect fellow mankind, the talent, everything is broken. Every single basic foundation line of humanity and the national operation is broken. So I only can fix those. So that is what I'm providing on a multitasking mode, that even beyond I'm displaying the civil justice, I'm just educating the people to walk only in the wisdom ways. I'm just shutting down all the foolish pathways and the checkpoints and the checkways and the gateways, sealing and shutting down one side, and one side I'm saying, hey, detour, just walk only in the wisdom ways, just having cane in my hand. Means it is happening, it's not even revolution, I already said, right? People worldwide with my education, they felt that it is something that's Holy Spirit on the supernatural God processing that's happening. It is not even the humane level mode, it is beyond that human understanding mode. This is something that supernatural power is taken over, the God's Holy Spirit is taken over worldwide, all the continents, region by region, landmass by landmass, down to the drop of ocean water. Means then it is absolutely God's Holy Spirit part of it. This is what the entire worldwide, the wisest population got it. But the foolish population will never get my education because their eyes are blinded, and I as a civil doctor, I can understand that as well. So that's why when they are going to heckle me or disturb me or disturb my civil justice, or if they're going to accuse me, curse me, or spit on my face, or create more scars for me, I would just keep moving on, because I'm civil doctor. I know, right, how the foolish people will react with a unhealthy anger like that. So I know how to handle the foolish people one side. That is important for a true leader. Right? A true leader must be having that healthy processing in hand to handle the foolish people. Otherwise, it'll be difficult for a true leader to provide those tasks, right? So I'm saying I can handle it. And I'm proving it also. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, when you're going to see all this live testimony, it's been broadcasted worldwide. Absolutely, people will be shedding tears of shame, tears of blood, because one side blood will be boiling, because they got fooled on the very basic foundation on the human level itself. And then all along mocking at the innocent people, versus all along worshipping the true criminals as God. Means that is a total brain shock, isn't it? But then I'm saying, please be calm, hold on tight, because I have to display all the crimes, my dear fellow mankind. Because people have to know that how and why the innocent people are always mandated to look at fault mode. That is wrong. We have to fix that broken system, isn't it? It is because of the broken system alone these innocent population are getting punished year after year, day after day, minute after minute, second after. That needs to be stopped. That needs to be stopped, isn't it? Because for how long people can be fooled? So that's why I mandated USA government to handcuff and kneel down in front of all nations. Means it is for good. World is heading for good. I already said world is ending for good. I already educated that As of January 25th of 2020-21, I eradicated COVID-19 plague, right? So you all got it. What exactly is the scandal that's going on behind that COVID-19 plague, right? It is never a plague, my dear fellow mankind. It is, the truth is what? It is a military defense Morse code for operation code for eradicate poverty. COV means what? Coverages. Coverages is called as in the insurance. It's also called as benefits in the health insurance. That's all it's all about. And 19 is what? 2000 year 19. And that they want to provide that 19 because I filed lawsuit against all nations, right? And what did I say? I said to the justice, this Department of Health Services will be super mad at me because I filed lawsuit against them, because they never had a clue, because they have been ruling the nations all along, right? And their roles will be stripped off from them. So they cannot handle it. They cannot, it's almost same like how Queen Elizabeth II is having that fanatic love of crown. These doctors, they are the boss, right? So those tasks and the titles will be removed from them. Even they are in the revoking those license means they are in a panic mode. So they just cannot handle it. And I know how the foolish patients will get the anger because of the insecurity created, because of the unhealthy fear created. And I educated already. Department of Justice, Department of Justice, dear Department of Justice. This foolish Department of Health Services teams will go mad, will wish me dead, because I filed a lawsuit against them for $500 billion. They will say settle it out of the court. They will not even be in the position to do that because it's $500 billion is a lot for them. But they were always floating in the luxury, right, for providing all the scandals to the national operations, for misguiding national leaders, and they got handcuffed by me. They never had any clue that I, Vethapriya, will one day handcuff entire Department of Health Services organizations worldwide, not only one in USA, worldwide. So and you're seeing upfront, this is a life proof, my dear fellow mankind. This is how the foolish people will react. This is how, it's a very raw live display demo mode, my dear fellow mankind. I want all the non-medical population to just understand how the scandal of the medical services works. Once when they are aware that they are all the leadership, all that boss roles and all that license of the medical services is going to be revoked, they get that fear out of insecurity, right? And that creates unhealthy anger. Can you all understand why foolish people have always foolish eyesight? They cannot see correctly. It's called a facial blindness. They just cannot understand the wisdom. If only any vices in the medical services teams have a healthy eyesight, they can just understand my wisdom. But then all beyond, when all these scandals been proved, and I'm proving it every single day, beyond that, what is the truth? I never went to the accredited medical school. Whereas each and every single medical services population have gone to the accredited school. Right? They must be still paying off their student loan only. That is a separate scam, which I also provided solutions to it already. But then, what did I say? Entire doctors' population, whoever went to the accredited medical school, be it neurosurgeons, brain surgeons, right? Be it surgeons in their own specialty lines of medical services, right? And fertility doctors, dermatologists, and you name anything. All nurses, doctors, genome, genetic engineering population, agriculture, food and drugs, scientists, educationists, theologians, worldwide, regardless of their genders, they just fallen down in knees before me, my dear fellow mankind. I do not see you all might be thinking, oh, she's bragging. No, I'm not bragging, because I have to explain the raw truth of what it is happening right now. Because I displayed the error, no other go. People cannot run and hide from the whatever crime they provided. right? Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks cannot hide. When compared to who is at fault more means Dr. French, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks is more at fault more than when compared to Vice President Pence and Vice President Kamala Harris, President Trump and President Joe Biden. Can you all see how the innocence level also, I'm providing it in an unbiased way, regardless of the gender, regardless of the skin color, regardless of their roles, whatever they may be. Because the foundation level, the humanity got destroyed. Oh, there is no other crime what Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks did to the humanity. That's no other crime. That's no other crime. Just because I filed a lawsuit against the Department of Health Services for whatever scandal means, I upfront displayed to the judge of state of Wisconsin. See, I also said, because I educated the wisdom to those department, they will be credited accordingly by the USA. Even when they signed injustice to me, they will be credited. Because they are all creating human history, right? So that means in an user-friendly way, let's say the entertainment population wanted to make a documentary movie out of me, out of my life, right? Lifelong, whatever happened. Then those Department of Justice, all those 5 people also will be there. And all these, the President Trump, President Joe Biden, all these people also will be there, right? Creating history as a team mode. They're all humans only, bottom line. But just by being humans, how they became evil, I displayed that, right? But then, this is just a sample I'm saying, you all aware of it. I already educated the entertainment movies, the people teams. Crystal clear mode. Please, for heaven's sake, do not create any documentary. No, don't do that. Just stop it. People should not see me, they should talk to me without knowing me who I am. I want it that way. I want that kind of a cleanest love. After seeing the documentary movie or after knowing me, only then people can talk to me. I do not want that kind of a prejudiced or stereotyping talk to me. No, I do not want that. Please, entertainment, do not create that kind of a source to me. If any, I even said, people were wondering, people must have only thought me that I am a weirdo, right? Because whatever I provided education in the Facebook talk, I would have created as a book and published as a book. For lifelong, it will be a royalty income for me, passive income, for $1 trillion income. But then it was a volunteer project I was provided, and even again said, hey, writers world, publishing world, please, for heaven's sake, do not publish or do not create any, those books out of my education. Whoever wanted to get the wisdom education, let them know that I provided that education only in the Facebook too. Let it be that way. As long as science and technology is there, let Facebook be credited for that, even in their filthiest mode. So that means all the software world will be credited, and they all got the credited. I already said, right? Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Amazon, they all got credited accordingly. So that means the nations worldwide listening to me only. They know about my holiest wisdom. And I said, see, this work I dedicated to the love, with love, dedicated for the love only. And I proved and I displayed why and how civilians with cleanest heart will build the nations only in cleanest heart. There will never be any pollution. So my hard labor, people, if at all they wanted to know what labor I provided, let them go to that Facebook and see. But then you all know it got disabled. But it's all for God's name to be glorified only. Right? So yes, Facebook cannot even apologize to me, and there is a they have to pay me a $1 billion for damages done. no matter what. But they lost their apologies to eligibility to apologize to me, Facebook. That's all. Because today the Facebook is Facebook, it's only because of my hard labor I provided. I provided the evolution gateways, the pathways, how the filthiest media can be healthy, wisdom-based pathways media. So it is walking only in that route. There are still, it's a baby steps, it's still being in evaluation process only. Software world itself is the youngest public services, right? So that means the Facebook is the youngest one. Facebook and Twitter is the very youngest in the entire software world, and still there are more competitors that's been created every single day. But that's how the talent is. Talent is everywhere. Just must never be wasted, that's all. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Yes. So, I wish to get the civil justice. I must get the civil justice, right? So this civil justice is what? You all got it, and it is, yes, whatever you're thinking about. Whatever you're thinking in your mind, yes, it is what it is. Because we are going in a sequential order, right? Serial order. If you see, my brain processing, it's more of an research, analysis, and design, right? So that means I don't know about my peers of how their brain will process when they are working on their analysis. My brain process will go in a sequential order only, right? And it is almost same as how the operating system functions. See, I already explained how my brain is decoded, how my brain is written, right? When I was educating in that Facebook tool itself. So that's why software world knows that I am the fastest super microcomputer, the processor existing in the earth. So I don't know how long I'll be living, but at least as long as I'm living, at least I can provide that wisdom as fast as way possible, right? So if I'm going to die today, then I will be dying happiest, being aware, okay, I provided the civil justice no matter what. I will get the civil justice, and the medical finance aid will be given to the entire human kingdom. That way, whoever, those two people also will get the rightful civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidance, right? Well, if you are going to see my work, even this YouTube TV channel which I opened, it's all for God's name and all to be glorified. Yes, it is a filthiest tool available. I already said. You all know that's the story behind it, how I ended up in YouTube. Well, so let's say even if I would have got the interview with any of the national news channel, even that is also a filthiest tool as well, right? It's a crap, it's a garbage, it's a trash. So that means it's a God's way, it's a God's labor, right? So that means, can you all understand how God's labor is known only to God? Nobody knows when, how, and why, and what exactly is the God's Holy Spirit working part of it. And how all along in my entire lifetime, it is God who has been protecting me with a firewall all along. Right? Even before I was born, when I was in the womb of my mom, the darkest womb only I was created. I never knew how I will be. So God knew how I will be. Can you all get it? How Holy Bible and whatever predicted in the Holy Bible is just I'm providing in a live testimony mode. It is just hardest for the population to digest the truth because I'm talking absolutely out of the box, meaning I'm not talking like how my peers will talk. I'm just talking the raw truth as is more, the brutal, honest way. And I fear only God. I do not fear anybody. And everybody knows that, whoever worked with me in that volunteer project side by side, everybody knows. I fear only God, and I die for God. And that is the first attribute of a true Israelite tribe Christian Jew of Israel, Jerusalem, Judah. There is a long puzzle hidden behind it, which I will explain, which I already explained to them when I was working in the volunteer project. So we are all on the same page on that regard. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, the state of Wisconsin Department of Justice teams, they know that I am the excellent Supreme Judge, excellent Supreme Children Judge, excellent Supreme Family Law Judge. They all fell down in knees before me. They all went to the accredited law school, right? They all fell down in knees before me. I even went to the extent of telling them, hey, dear Justice of State of Wisconsin, you all are aware how that Erin Brockovich, you all might have seen a documentary movie, it's made out of her, right? How a layman, she never went to the law school, but she helped in displaying deadliest crime of a chemical industry, how the neighborhood was getting cancer, and they never knew how they were getting cancer, but she was able to track down and crack down that puzzle, and that's how she became a lawyer, who never went to the law school, became a lawyer, and she's now living. Please, can you talk to the USA government with the same processing and help me to provide a rightful way? They just turned their back on me, right? The only difference is what? I am black skin, like colored skin, not having that appealing look because I'm obese, having a pot belly, right? So nobody will love to see that, like to see that unappealing look, right? Regardless of whatever wisdom, regardless of whatever technical sound like that, they would not like to. But versus, you all know, the white European Americans, they always make sure that they are in the model mode of thin mode, right? Then I also, I provided one more scenario of a movie thing, like, that Devil Wears Parda, where that one of that I like that movie because the way it portrayed about not about that fashion industry part of it, but in general that everybody can relate, being how people will dream to get into the dream job, right? And then how they work on to a hard work to get back to that dream job, right? And how their dreams will be shattered if they are not going to get into the dream job because the career is being shattered because of their impacts, whatever life life events impacts they have to undergo through. And out of nowhere, when they are walking on the road, when they're just seeing a skyscraper or, just thinking, oh, what if I get a dream job here? And then, boom, out of nowhere, they get a dream job signed off. Then, down the road in the memory lane, they'll think, oh, okay, it is this because of this boss who was always, portraying, that boss was portrayed in a very not nice way in that movie, if you're going to see. And it was portrayed by Meryl Streep. Right? She has her own talent in acting, right? Like how Whoopi Goldberg have her own talent. She has her own talent. So that movie is just like that. Okay, but then that finally that lady character, Anna Hathaway, will get that dream job. And that's how the movie ends. So, but then all along she'll be working hard like that, but how she got that job, that's what on a very highest level, beyond that whatever industry, it is a fashion industry or entertainment industry or software industry or manufacturing, whatever it is, this anybody can relate, right? Because everybody loves to get that dream job, and how they dream and how the dreams get shattered like that. So I even went in when I was conversing with the Secretary of the State reason, I was explaining, see how people, it's like that. So I have to get back the job because Pope Francis only created the unemployment for me. Pope Francis only created the career destruction for me. So please lay him off and I will take over the Vatican leadership job. And I will step in and guide all the nations worldwide accordingly. This is what I explained, but then they were not able to take it. Meaning, I'm just talking after the box, and so though it is a brutal, honest mode, they never able to get it. Now, but then the Department of Justice teams, the Judge Frank Remington, right? And the teams must be the happiest one because I even guided them how the justice must be provided on the very foundation level. They have been in the law forever, but then once when they know that or whatever law they provided in state of Wisconsin is wrong for past 500 years, that itself is a crime, isn't it? That itself is a crime. So $500 billion state of Wisconsin must pay me is the only cheapest labor, cheapest medical compensation, because the damages they have done to me is a lot of damages, isn't it? They created the scars on my face. So when I'm saying created the scars on my face, these foolish people will mock at me. Oh, show me your face, let me see the scars. So they will not know what I'm talking about, the scars and the scars mode, right? Injustice 1 is a scar. Injustice 2 is a scar. Injustice 3 is a scar, right? So these foolish people will not understand when I'm saying the scars. When I say that the state of Wisconsin threw acid on my face, they cannot understand. They will say, oh yeah, let me see your face. Can we see that acid thing? So then, can you all see how the eyes and the foolishness work? Because they can relate to how that movies and the real times there are real acid survivors. Back in India, most of it is my understanding, okay, most in 100%, about 95% of those people who are thrown acid on their face are only based out of unhealthy love, right? Because of the unrequited love or rejected love or whatever. It can happen for both genders, but mostly the victims are only in the women's side. Okay, it can happen on the other side also. Even women can be evil and they can provide that kind of a similar kind of a lifetime scar for men as well. But then mostly, if you're going to see on the percentile wise, it is always the women who are in the victims of abuse. And that means if you're going to see their face, they'll be disfigured. Got it? So before and after, before they would have been looking in a regular average women mode, but then after that acid attack, their face would have been disfigured and they have to live with it forever. Because now they do not have that, cosmetology, medical existence in India, right? It's still a developing country only. And I was the one who made the developing country, India, to be a developed mode. That itself a lot of $1 trillion job I provided as a very foundation level. Long way to go. Long way to go. But here in USA, if you're going to have a face, face disfigured, boom, the doctors can create a new face and they can provide that to the disfigured face people, right? You all know how Michael Jackson, black-skinned and African-American, became white-skinned African-American. Beyond, he was burnt alive just because his skin is black and his talent was skyrocketing. Jealous, right? Jealous. And you all know, this Bill Clinton was impeached only because of jealous of his talent. People were jealous of his talent, right? People were jealous of his talent. That itself is a proof, my dear fellow mankind, how the jealous creeps up and how it creates a disaster. right? How it creates a disaster. Bill Clinton got impeached versus all the other presidents. They are not perfect. They are not perfect. They all never got impeached. So can you all see how God's name is glorified? And I am going to provide civil justice for President Bill Clinton. Right? Nobody is perfect, my dear fellow mankind. But then, how the jealous creeps up when the talent is other peers is seen. The people cannot take it, the talent part. That's not how it should be, right? Everybody have their own talent, and whatever best they can provide, they can provide. That is all they can do. President Trump had his own way of talent, hire and fire, and he was firing every single government population just because of my wisdom education only. And I only educated, don't worry, get laid off. It's all world is ending process mode. It's all for good. You all will understand only later on why you all got laid off. So today, those people who got laid off in the President Trump admin must be shedding tears of joy, right? Because if you go and see, everybody wanted to shout out loud that Pope Francis is a crap. But they were not able to do that because they were not able to find out the root cause. That is a reality. That is a reality. And today, everybody must be shedding tears of joy, being aware that the world is ending. So that means President Joe Biden is never an angel when compared to President Trump. That is the reality. That is the truth. Got it? Just because he got elected, he cannot portray that he is perfect. But he is portraying that he is perfect, and I don't know whether God will forgive President Joe Biden. I don't know. See, that is that helpless part for every civilian, right? So that end, I am helpless too. So President Joe Biden cannot even ask me, hey, Vethapriya, can you please talk to God to forgive me? I'll say, sorry, President Joe Biden, it's not my job. Even if God forgives President Joe Biden knows. I'll stand in front of God and I'll only ask God, please stand aside. When I'm disciplining President Joe Biden, do not interfere. No. I cannot forgive President Joe Biden. So you all got it, right? How the civil justice functions, operates. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, it is President Joe Biden created COVID-19 plague with fatal negligence. Right? President Joe Biden, even on that inauguration day, he should have said loudest, my dear fellow mankind, I am the 46th President Joe Biden, got elected. Today, this moment during that inauguration day, I want to convey that because of deadliest scandal, the Department of Welfare Services in all 50 states of USA is broken in pieces. It cannot be fixed. So hold on tight. I will work on providing healthy solutions. Just give me some time. But do not panic. And this COVID-19 plague, it is a military operation code for poverty eradication, Operation Success Code only. And it was created only because of one lady, Vethapriya, who filed a lawsuit against United States of America in the year of 2019 for $50,000 trillion and $500 billion for each government agency of state of Wisconsin. And that is why it is state of Wisconsin signed injustice to Vethapriya, and that is why USA created this Morse code, the military defense code worldwide. So hold on tight. There is a way. Do not get panic, my dear fellow mankind. This is what President Joe Biden should have said, right, on the inauguration day. Can you all see how President Trump is innocent and how President Joe Biden is a garbage? Proved, right? He proved, and I'm proving it. And I'm proving it. This is not the time to hide with the true scandal of the absolute monarch. This is not the time, my dear fellow mankind, because people are dying every single day out of injustice. Just fix it. And his responsibility is what? He is a lawmaker an entire lifetime. He is at fault and Kamala Harris is less at fault. Can you see how even in the at fault mode have to provide the level code? And how I am not using her name all along. Because she herself will say, oh, this Joe Biden was in the entire law processing. He's a senior. Ask him first. That is the truth, right? That is the truth. Even President Trump will be laughing out loudest and saying that only. So, what went wrong? Why went wrong? So this logic, I only started with the robocall poverty mandate. And I said, once when that is fixed, how everything will be fixed. So that is another $1 trillion processing solutions I'm providing right there. But then when it's going on checking out all the checkpoints, it came now with this session it came and it's hitting on the logic on what? Democrat president. So that itself is a proof. Republican president or Democrat president, both of them are garbage. Both of them are at fault. But there's a level code I have to provide. President Trump at fault is less. President Joe Biden at fault is highest, skyrocketing. Right? He will go meh, right? He will say he is better off going to his hometown, Delaware, and just enjoy the retirement life. Because important operation processing itself is wrong. They missed out on that. President Joe Biden should have stepped up and provided the job, Supreme Civil Children Judge job. It's not there in the Department of Workforce Division. It's a $1 trillion scandal. I will only ask President Joe Biden to stand upside down and handcuffed and kneel down. Just kneel down, President Joe Biden, in front of 193 nations. That is a discipline I can provide. It's okay. If everybody is going to accuse me for that, just okay. Just go kneel down in front of all the nations. Kneel down in front of 7.9 plus billions of humans. And provide me the financial aid as the damage is done to me. Right? And also for failing in not providing that healthy job. Can you all see the Department of Workforce Division and the Department of Labor must be sealed and shut down immediately within 1 microsecond? They do not even have time to apologize to the population. This crime is skyrocketing. The crime is just skyrocketing. Yes, so you all got it. This civil justice is for 40 minutes. But I still have to explain the crime as is more. George W. Bush Jr. is deadliest wild endangered species prostitute in all the entire prostitute presidents. All presidents are classified as prostitutes only. But in that, I'm just providing the level code, that's all. Prostitution level code 1, prostitution level code 2, prostitution level code 3. And among all of the prostitutes, it is the late Christian pastor Billy Graham is the highest level of prostitute. He could have educated when he was the one who is one of the root cause to create that Gulf War I and Gulf War II in Iraq and to destroy the Iraq in ashes. That's wrong. That's wrong. Not even wrong, my dear fellow. It's deadliest crime. It's deadliest crime. If at all USA wanted to impeach, they should have first of all impeached only George W. Bush Jr. alone. I will say, take up that case now. Go impeach George W. Bush Jr. now. And he's from which state? You all know, you're laughing. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. It is the state of Texas that got the freezing weather, the cold, the snow, that state alone. And 99% of the Christian evangelicals are from state of Texas. The white-skinned people. All purest form of Republica. Purest form of Republica. Can you understand what is purest form of Republica? They will never even bother to look on the side of a Democrat. That is what is called the purest form of Republica. National Rifle Association, Texas, state of Texas. ExxonMobil, gasoline, who have, they all say war. George W. Bush Jr. says war. Oh, hell no, the Saddam Hussein is a hell. Oh, Iraq is a hell. But they have all the shares in Iraq, in Oman, in Syria, even in Africa too. And all wherever you're going to see the Islam is having the gasoline operations, this George W. Bush Jr. is having the shares in them. Tell me who should have been impeached first. And all their children, they got the highest paying job. Just because his dad is a president, they got the highest paying job. They have to do is the sweetest talk in the television. That's all. You all know, right? They do not have any shame. These Republican blood skin cells, they do not have any humane cells. No. There was one man. He used to be a documentary on the entertainment world or whatever he has the specs. It's Moore, something like that. He was the one who stood up at the cost of being hated. He just said whatever he said. Everybody ignored. That's all. He said George W. Bush Jr. is wrong. They ignored him. A decade passed, right? I don't know whether he's living or not, whether he will be one of the audience of listening to me or not. I think his name is something that ends with Moore or something like that. Like Moore or something like that. So can you all see who should have got the impeachment? They never got impeachment. Who should not have got the impeachment? They got the impeachment, right? They were just figuring out how to take down Bill Clinton. Who should have they impeached? First of all, Pope Francis. He is a sex offender. They should have impeached Queen Elizabeth. She is the deadliest sex offender. They should have impeached and removed all the crowns of Islam leaders. They are the sexual offenders, deadliest sexual offenders, isn't it? And when I'm saying women are toughest, they are toughest after all. That is the truth. Women can handle that labor pain, right? Men cannot. That itself is a proof that only women are toughest. So when people are throwing wicked and whatnot of shame, of stones of shame on the face of Hillary Clinton, how she took it. And she living it. It's a learning process, isn't it, for the other peers to handle it. How she took it. It's not easy. It's not easy, but she took it. Those stones of shame. So you all got it, right? When people are, how they judge people based out of what they see, but it might be not true, right? How it creates that insecurity for the women worldwide in the marital relationship. When men are in the handsome category. Oh, will they lose their handsome men, and be mocked by the society? Oh, you don't know how to keep the man. That's what people will say. It's easy to say. It's the same for the other side also. When pretty women category, how there is insecurity created, the fear created. Well, the pretty women will be there, or no, will they lose? How the brain process, how the fear is created. It should not be like that. Again, I stepped in and I stood up tallest and I educated. A true man should never be fear when a true man is with a woman. Right? Worldwide it should be the same. A true woman should never be fear when with a man. Right? So that says it all the highest standards of living. Each people provide us a guidelines, as a code of ethics and everything. Everything. Be it in education institutions, be it in college institutions, be it in workplace. Yes, there will be handsome men population. Yes, there will be pretty women population. Yes, there will be model like the model like women, But then how people are going to handle it. And the other people are comes under the average Jane and average Joe's population. You're either handsome, pretty, or you're an average Jane or average Joe. Those are the only two categories. And it is the same everywhere. If you're going to the workplace, if you're going to the education facilities, you're going to college facilities, everywhere it's the same, one and the same. And it's always that love feeling. It's not an accident. It never comes like that. It's all created by God. That is how I proved that when there are 7.9 plus billions of humans, it is always 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Can you all see? That itself is a pattern, right? It's a pattern of a snowflake mode. One man, one woman, one man, one woman, one man, one woman, one man, one woman, one man, one woman. I'm not even talking about the LGBTQP because they are all the disabled population. So let's leave them aside. They are innocent, absolute innocent. So they are all kept aside. I'm talking about how when there are there people will say, oh, why can't you break this love relationship and go after other people? But then it goes by case basis, right? Everybody's human brain processing is different because there is feelings involved in there, emotional involved in there, memories involved in there. I already said, if the injustice must be provided, then at least the national governments could have created a teams to create new brain and new heart and provide it on the grocery store shelf for sale. It would have been easy, right? All the civilians who had their brains and heart got emotional breakdown, they just have to go to the Walmart or Costco or wherever they can have a skull breaking skull, a hammer, a handy, like a handyman, and people can just throw away dollars and get the customized heart and customized brain, and on the way driving home or even when go back home, they can just crack open their skull using that hammer, then remove that whatever heart and remove that brain and then just put it back. I mean, that's a luxury, that's a wonderful, it'll be great, right? But sadly that's not the case, right? We do not have that luxury. We do not. So if you see, in entire disability, entire shame creating process, everywhere in the United States of government, they're going to first hit on sexual immoral, sexual misconduct, sexual harassment, sexual assault. Me Too movement. And you all know, it's only because of my wisdom education alone. I never asked people to create Me Too movement. Can you see how people listen to me, my wisdom education? You all got it, right? That how that Me Too became a revolution worldwide. How people started to strike everywhere, whether be it manufacturing, whether be it software world, whether be it religious world, whether be it entertainment world, everywhere it got striked up, right? Be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it Google, be it Apple, be it Microsoft. I am the very first woman to stand up and educate it. Dear fellow mankind, the workplace should not even have that that preventative training session of about that sexual harassment part of it. Why? Workplace is a holy place. People are going to the workplace to build the nations in love. These are the only two foundations, that's all. And then people entering into the workplace are only humans, they are not monsters. So why on the earth even have to waste a budget and also have $1 trillion, those kind of budget allocation for that? Men cannot hurt women, period. Women cannot hurt men. Men are holy, holy creations of God. Women are holy, holy creations of God. What more of education does Microsoft need, Google need, and Apple need, Facebook need, Twitter need, or any manufacturer needs, or any public sectors need? Nothing. Nothing. But they have been providing, they have to provide that kind of a training and waste a budget for that, and they have to provide even a form for that. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. It's all a root cause, indirect brainwashing mode to create more havoc, disaster. Right? I went a step further and also educated. When I was working in the workplace, I've seen all kind of a crap and garbage in the workplace. Nobody has to say it out because everybody knows. Right? How people gossip, how people, create havoc, how people backstab, how people will be married but still they'll be doing prostitution at the workplace in the name of work. Just stay in the work just to, be promoted, be getting healthy, highest salary. They will even forgo their dignity of their lifestyle. How? How many women, how many men are abused in the workplace for that? So you all got it, right? Because can you see how the crime and a crime and a crime and a crime and a crime? So that means how many abusive colleagues, how many abusive workplace people are there, and why nobody got helped, right? Versus when I was educating, I was making every single people, including the abusive people, also to walk only in the wisdom ways. So that is why all the foolish people, uh, just by seeing me alone will become wisest. All the abusive population, just by seeing me alone, will be healed in the divine healing. They'll be walking only in the wisdom ways. They'll be thanking me for being a true friend and a guardian angel and a coach and a guide, a wonderful counselor, right? So government knew when people start revolution, when people starts movement, it's always going to be the population time, never a government time. That Me Too movement is one example, right? It's just one example. Until I educated, I know you all are laughing. Until I stood up and educated as a public mental health service provider, as a true civil lawyer, as a true civil doctor, as a true civil supreme judge. Men never knew that women are having only 3 genital organs. That created the confusion. Beyond treating women as a sex machines, that created the confusion. And the women on the other side, they got the confusion. They never knew until I educated. Men have only one genital organ. Confusion. And I stepped further and I also educated. Men are created from dust. They are the holy, holy God creation. So they can never be treated as a machine. Sorry. First time women got educated on that. And I educated, women are the highest privileged creations in the entire creation cycle. They are the last of the creations. That says it all, why they have been created that way. Double innocent, double innocent, double innocent, right? Double innocent, are always women. Yes, they have only 3 genital organs, no matter what. But women are never sex machines. No, they are the holy, holy, holy creations of God, created from the dust. And they are personification of one ribbon. Can you all imagine how a ribbon can be created as a woman with having 3 genital organs? Oh, it's a super miracle itself as a standalone, isn't it? So the wisest was getting the rightful wisdom. Fools, absolutely, fools, they cannot understand the wisdom, right? So they will be mocking at me only. So I was educating every single thing in a rightful way, in a rightful ethical standards way, ethical human standards way. So men got it and women got it. Because once when there is a confusion, that's beyond creating the jealous, insecure, anxiety, fear part. This confusion brain, right? Not ever what is a man, not ever what is a woman part. It will create more havoc. It will create more disaster. I even went to the extent of education that when there is a confused brain, it's okay to be laid off. Just get laid off. Save yourself first. Do not be there. Run out of it. So your brain should be always operating in a healthy way, and God's children are always protected with a firewall. Right? And people can see it, witness it and sense it. Oh, they are God's children. Like that. The ethical standards will be highest moral standards. The boundary sets code, right? Then that comes how the people dress, the dress code, right? Public schools, they do not have any dress codes. That is wrong. Versus if you are going to see in the private school, they have the risk score, but then private school population are not angels and all public school population are not hell, devils. I'm not telling that. But I'm saying how the basic modest way of cleanest dress code must be provided across the schooling types. Be it homeschooling, be it charter schooling, be it, because when there is boundary not set, when there is no dress code set provided, then people take those things for granted, right? It's all of innocence only. You all seeing how women dress in an unhealthy way, partial nudity, or making themselves to be attracted like that. Because it all comes out of insecurity, it all comes out of inferiority complex, it comes out of innocence only, right? So, but then, if you're going to see in the entertainment world, women dress unhealthy way. They think that's why they have to lose that dignity and then get the salary paid. They even go to the extent of acting nude, right? But they get lot of salary and luxury, housing, free benefits, everything, because they lose something to get it back. Innocence, right? If at all government have to impeach, who should they have to impeach? They have to impeach all the entertainment world, because the movies itself is a crap, right? So that means if at all the government is so keen about the sexual harassment or whatever, they should have impeached James Bond movie, banned it. They never did that. Why? Because Queen Elizabeth is the only fund provider for those movies. Okay, at least they should have impeached or abdicated or whatever comes in the law verbiage. They should have thrown Queen Elizabeth in the volcano, right? They never did that. So that is why there is no healthy movies is the proof. When movies are healthy enough, then there should never be any unhealthy movies. That says it all. When there are healthy population, there should never be any sexual harassment in the workplace. That says it all. Right? Why nobody knew that should not be even provided in the workplace or education facilities everywhere, because all are humans only. Rather, my education was, I was healing providing divine healing to all the abusive people, right? So that means government is getting shocked. Oh my gosh, their $1 trillion revenue is getting low, right? Because only when there are unhealthy people, their revenue will be skyrocketing. But I was educating all the abusive people were walking in the wisdom ways. Foolish people were becoming wisest. All the population were becoming leaders, means the governments got the shock. They did not want that to happen. I already said, right? They do not want population to be wisest. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, yes, President Joe Biden is a scammer, is a scandal, is a at fault mood. He should not be in the White House. No. He should never be in the White House. And I educated. Women must never or can never name call the genital organs of men in a very wrongful way. That is wrong. Though there is an innocence behind it, they are making a mockery of the God's creations, right? When any women worldwide, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of nationality, regardless of spoken language, regardless of religion, faith, if they're going to name call a genital organ of a men population in an unhealthy way, They are just directly mocking the God's creation, right? They're saying, God, your creation is wrong. That is wrong. That is the foolishness. And I said, I can bail them out, those people, because innocence is identified. Like how people wanted to use cues words for fashion, same like going to the grocery and drinking a pop like a Coke and Pepsi. They get addicted to it, right? There are so many Americans who will die. They can compromise any single thing in their life, but they cannot live without Pepsi and Coke, or they cannot live without chocolate. I know how the evil force enslaved Americans. So I am the one who can free them out in the rightful way. So that's how they thought that women were thinking, oh, if they're going to name call the genital organs of the men in a you all know, right? They thought that they become gurus, they become a pandit, they become like a fashion show, fashion creator like that. But it's not. It displays their innocence after all. What if each woman, world by world, total women population knew that each man is created from dust by God, is holy, holy, holy? Do you all think that the women will even bother to mock a genital organ of a man? No, right? Never, right? So why does women population able to mock? Because they all yielded to sexual immorality, right? The ones when the people yield to sexual immorality, their eyes gets blinded forever. Doctors cannot cure it. Nobody can cure it. God, in God's labor alone, can provide the divine healing. That is why it's best never to yield to sexual immorality, and there again, always, forever. My dear fellow mankind, do not get annoyed. No. You all should know the truth. Always, forever. Telltale sign, the first attribute of a true civil Israelite tribe Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem. They will die for true God. They will never yield to sexual immorality. Never. So that means, let me go to that other extent. So let's say the national governments want to chop the human body of the true Israelite Christian Jew of Jerusalem, Judah in pieces. Even then, they will die for true God. They can never, impossible for them, I would put it that way. It's never, their human structure, the human operating system is created in such a way that they can never yield to sexual immorality, no matter what. Regardless of whatever temptations provided, no, they cannot. So, then, how on the earth then they can be enforced to sexual immorality? You all got it, right? The civilians should become the villains. The humans should become the villains, right? And they have to handcuff and they tie the hand and legs of the true Israelite tribe Christian Jews of Israel, Judah. And then they have to enforce. And Roman Empire and the Egypt Empire and Persian Empire and the Greek Empire and the Iran-Afghanistan Empire, Syria Empire, the Islam Nations Empire, the Babylon Empire, the London Empire, they were doing only that. To create a picture. See, you all were talking about the true Israelite Christian Jews, right? See, like that. I already said, right, they hate innocence. The one word this Islam, Judaism and this Babylonians hate, the non-Christians hate, the non-Israelites hate is what? Only one word they hate. Innocent. They just cannot stand innocent. If people are going to talk about the innocent, they'll strip off the innocent. They'll say, okay, we stripped off the innocence, so what now? Like that. If they're going to say holy marriage, okay, we have free sex. So now what? When the holy marriage law alone is provided into, okay, we have the premarital sex and free marital, extramarital sex. So now what? Workplace is holiest, okay. We created a workplace, all workplace to be prostitution. So now what? Education facilities holiest. Education facilities also mandated to be prostitution. So now what? Can you see? Every single way of life is holy, highest standard in true Christianity, and how they mandated it to be destroyed. Right? Can you see how they treat only men and women as only machines, sex machines? And that is a result of, direct result of how they name call each other genital organs as mockery, not being aware. So let's say when a woman is mocking at men's genital organs, who gets slaughtered? Is it women or men? Listen to my wisdom education very carefully. Now tell me who is at fault, or who is getting slaughtered or butchered. It is men, my dear fellow mankind. It's men. Right? Extended version of a man is only women. So what, when women, double innocent women become super evil, it all traces back to the men. So that is why Queen Elizabeth II is evil, super evil, and that traces back to why Pope Francis also highest level of evil. Got it? There's a little bit of that thin layer of understanding the innocence, thin layer of understanding of crime, the true criminal's world. Okay? Men are name calling women genital organs with whatever filth they want to, right? Who is slaughtered? Is it women or men? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, it is men always. I educated, right? Men are innocent, so they are less wisest, right? So can you all witness how I was only educating only wisdom, how all the abusive population worldwide, they were transitioned and they were just walking around in the wisdom pathway shouting, true God is true God, that is true God. Like that. It's a lot of transition, isn't it? When government and the doctors, scammers and the federal prison and the prison facilities were never able to heal any of the abusive population of any guilt, of any severity, they were all healed, provided with a divine healing with my wisdom education alone. Governments were super shocked. How on the earth? Right? So you all keep working, who am I? Who am I? Right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. People can never hurt fellow mankind. That is the truth. That is the truth. A man, a true man, can never have free sex. A true woman can never have free sex. But what did Pope Francis mandated? He mandated men and women to have free sex. That is crime, isn't it? Because it's against the violation of true Christianity process. See, when you're going to see true Christianity, people were even fooled to thinking that true Christianity is very complex, it's very conditional like that. No, it's a very simplest way of living. It's just a way of living. It's never even a religion. It's just a way of living. Holy marriage, law mandate. How God provides a shield, the firewall with God's Holy Spirit. Right? So I even eradicated, I would say, educated all the workplace, the abusive colleagues, abusive friends, families, to walk in wisdom ways. Right? So, yeah. So what the thing is, you all got it, right? This COVID-19 is what? You all got it. That it is a military, one more time I will repeat before I'm going to read. This is 1 hour 16 minutes, but it's okay. You all should know that President Joe Biden must never be in the White House. He should get out of the White House now. He cannot even provide any answer. No, I say just get out. He created the COVID-19 plague, and how can he be president? You tell me. You all tell me. You all tell me why software systems are in panic mode. You all got it. What exactly is COVID-19 plague, right? Nobody educated you all the way I am educating. I am an excellent teacher. That means I will even revoke the doctorate license of that wife of that crap. She's a prostitute too, right? What's her name? Jill, whatever. So what happened to the humanity, my dear fellow mankind? That lady is a doctorate. Now tell me, if I'm going to provide all those ladies, right, the 5 ladies which I said who are lawyers, and this Jill, doctorate teacher on the weighing machine, she's at fault mode. Kamala Harris is innocent mode. The Jill, the wife of President Joe Biden, is at fault mode, and Hillary Clinton is innocent mode. Right? And the Jill, the doctorate teacher, is at fault mode when compared to who are the other ladies? Nancy Pelosi, the speaker, and Amy, right, from state of Minnesota, the Senate, and Elizabeth. They are all innocent when compared to the doctorate Jill Biden. At least she could have stood up and educated. The government must have Supreme Civil Children Judge. Not forgot fatal negligence that comes under the claim of domestic violence. She is the deadliest domestic violent patient after all. Evil one, the evil one. Right? When people can say divorced population can never marry, whenever they are divorced, it's a telltale sign. Even if they're going to get married again, they're going to get into that kind of stuff. Why the same population never marked? Widows or widowers must never marry, because President Joe Biden was a widower. Only then he got married. Why nobody mocked him that? And rather they are praising him and worshipping him as a god. Oh, that is wrong, isn't it? That is wrong. So I am just displaying how diversified the governments are, and how even in the diversified, how among the president's list and the wives, their special ladies in their lives, they are all living and dealing with it, with whatever injustice they got bombarded with. They just cannot say it out loud, and I'm saying it out loud. That's all. I'm saying it out loud where population cannot say it out loud. They must be happiest after all, for me. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. You all see, right? You are all witnessing all these people are educated population. But they failed in humanity. That is a crime. That is the deadliest crime of domestic violence. So Jill Biden, the doctorate, the teacher of Joe Biden, is a domestic violent patient, wild endangered species. Right? But she is being worshipped as God by the population. Can you all see how pathetic the nation is when a nation is producing foolish population? Right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. President Joe Biden is a prostitute. Jill Biden, the wife of President Joe Biden, is a prostitute. They are worshipped as God by foolish people, because they are absolute puppets and slaves in the hands of Queen Elizabeth II, the prostitute, Pope Francis, the prostitute. They are going to provide more havoc, more disasters to the USA for the next 4 years. As if President Trump created disaster is not enough, these people, they are going to create another havoc, the disaster in the USA nation. Do you all want that? Don't think so, right? Because already 1 year went. They have to pay the damages for that. And then 4 more years of this crap. We all don't want that. Right? Just ask them to get out of the White House. That's all. That's the simplest bailout process I can provide from my end. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, it is the doctorate, the teacher, fancy title, right? Jill Biden created COVID-19 plague. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to spit on her face? Or are you going to throw stones on her face? I will say, don't do that. Why? Because I am disciplining them in my way with a cane in my hand. Is she a woman? Is she a lady? She got the doctorate degree. She got the teacher, fancy titles, isn't it? And then also get to be the president wife of USA. Then government benefits, free. She will get the pension or whatever salary she earned from the teaching job. Don't have to worry about that. And beyond that, they have all their foundation, trust, and non-profit organization, worldwide, lands, and accumulated the wealth. That is wrong, isn't it? They are the villains after all. People do not like villains in the movies, right? Do you all? No. But then, on the other side, there's again, people will understand why the villains became villains after all. That's the innocent part also, right? It is Pope Francis enforced President Joe Biden to be the prostitute. It is Queen Elizabeth II enforced that Jill Biden to be the prostitute. So you all should mock whom? You all should impeach whom? You all should lay off whom? You all tell me. You all tell me. In all these things, yes, President Trump is an entertainment world only, a real estate mogul, and a businessman, and a purest slave of Queen Elizabeth II and purest slave of Pope Francis. Even at that helpless mode, with whatever best he could do, he just displayed the COVID-19 plague scandal by providing upfront. He's innocent. He could have very well provided the show same as President Joe Biden, but he never did that. So it is his personality and President Biden's personality. So you decide what you all want to do, right? You all do not want another 4 more years to be gone and wasted, right? Because we all are working towards the 2030 year. At the December 31st of 2030, the earth should be abuse-free earth. And I have all the design solutions already in my hand. I just do not want President Joe Biden to be in the White House. I just want him to get out of the White House. I'm super mad and super frustrated with him. Can you all see how my brain process works because of the innocence being identified on a different levels? My brain operation is totally different from how women population operates. In the free sex life cycle, it is the men who get slaughtered, is the wisdom. It's a shame for the men after all, never for the women. Whether be it premarital sex, whether be it extramarital sex, it's a shame for the men. Yes, women become too super evil. They provide that illusion and provide a glossy, shining. That's how their prostitution is only that, right? It's a fooling process. All they have to do is just fool the men to fall in the trap. And that's all. It's gone. Once when they fall in the trap, then they can provide blackmail or different variations of extortions or sextortions. Hey, these women had the premarital sex, pay money, or will reveal it out loud like that. And the abusive people who are always jealous of the talent, they want to take these kind of things for granted. They really don't care how they are with those things, how they are going to tear the people in pieces. In my book of civil law, whoever called us in the married status mode, they are more at fault. They are more filthy. They are more insane. They are the deadliest prostitutes. Then the people who fallen in trap of premarital sex or extramarital sex or workplace free sex, to stay in the job, to get more, promoted with the highest salary. That's the innocence part on that. Yeah. If you're going to see, it's all boiling up to whatever life event changes they have to undergo through, or poverty, getting exploited. But at what cost? At what cost? At what cost? At what cost? So that means even in the workplace, people will know who are living in an unhealthy way, and they'll not even shout out, or they will not even point out and say you're living in an unhealthy way. They'll just keep moving on, because it's an individual choice, right? Nobody can define. Nobody can define. But then, when higher standards of healthy, wisest things are displayed, and it provides an inspiration, people, why can't we walk only in the wisdom ways? They have that fear of cleanest love, respect and honor of cleanest love. Always it's there, worldwide, no matter what, anywhere in the earth, when there is a highest standard of living, the cleanest love is displayed, the rock solid work ethics, the boundary code set, the firewall provided upfront, the healthy love language, how people respect, honor, value the talent, how they talk in love language always, all the time, always there is a wisdom. People fear for that. I already said, right? People fear for that. Because that fear comes out of, not because of that controlling, not because of that being the bossy, no, it comes out of that clean love. Oh my gosh, how clean love it is. People love only clean love, always, no matter what. That means even the foolish people, abusive people, right? All love only clean love. They march towards only clean love. They love only clean love. It's just the way it is. It's a nature. It's a nature. And they know how that a higher standard of ethical standards, and provided with the code, the code of ethics, ethical standards. They talk only what that needs to be talked. They do not even, they filter and talk. I would put it that way. I provide that. Whatever that's needed to do the task, just talk. So, worldwide, it's a universal law, code of humanity law, I would put it. It's a standard that civilian, regardless of the gender, regardless of the economic status, regardless of whether they are physically challenged people or met with different life event changes and enforced with injustice or whatever, they all love only clean heart. They all love only cleanest love. They all will be running towards the clean love. They will be longing for that. Oh, will I not get that clean love? Will I not get that? Will I not be with that clean love? Like that. They'll be just longing for that. Worldwide is the same. But you all see, you all can witness, right? The fear is coming out of that clean love only. When I'm saying entire male population, entire women population just fallen down in knees before me, that says it all, right? Out of 7.9 plus billions of humans, I alone in on earth never yielded to sexual immorality. Versus my peers, They all yielded to sexual immorality. So I know why people are mocking. The people who have yielded to sexual immorality, the brain gets, when eyes gets blinded, facial blinded, the brain operation gets malfunction. So they provide mocking. So people were not even understanding why on the earth people are mocking. When I educated, this is why people are mocking means, I eradicated the mocking disease on the spot. That means even the people who have yielded to sexual immorality will never bother to mock anymore, because they are yielded to sexual immorality will be displayed upfront. So how when doctors were breaking their heads and could not heal that mocking disease, I eradicated the disease in a divine healing way. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, every single thing, the disease creation life cycle, it is all because of the sexual immorality only. So who created that people to fall in the trap of sexual immorality? Pope Francis. So I will just fry Pope Francis in ashes, and I will guide all the abusive people to live free only. And even we provide $1 billion for them to get healed. Use your own do-it-your project and take the responsibility, accountability, and make sure that your abusive disease is getting healed along with the God's labor. It's not my job. No, sorry, present facilities all shut down. This is how I provide the governance. People knows about that. And I will also provide victims of abuse. Yes, that is a divine healing process. There's a time to heal. There's a time to cure. There's a time to get rid of those unhealthy memories. Wait for the God's time. And I also provide financial aid for them as well. This is how the civil justice should be, my dear fellow mankind. This is how it should be. So I'm not ashamed to say that I just handcuffed President Joe Biden and mandated to kneel down in front of 193 nations, in front of 7.9 plus billions of humans, and displayed President Joe Biden is at fault. What, he's the 46th president, right? I don't know what shame type he has, whether it is having shameful or shameless. He can accuse me to death, wish me dead. I say, kneel down. Just go kneel down in front of entire human population. Pay me the penalty. Direct deposit to my bank account. I do not want any apologies or sorry from you. Sorry. I do not want that. That will create more torture for me. Who on the earth is President Joe Biden to mandate mask for me? Right? You all got it, right? See, I know that only because I filed a lawsuit, this COVID-19 plague created worldwide. Can you all see why the highest officials always in that workplace, they love my work ethics? And how I always stand out in the work team? In 7.9 plus billions of work population, I'm standing out on the crowd, isn't it? How many doctors are there? How many lawyers are there? How many teachers are there? How many government officials are there? How many households are there? How many theologians are there? How many educations are there? How many doctorates are there? How many scientists are there? I'm standing out in the crowd. I'm standing out in the crowd and displaying the truth of that COVID-19. What is the definition of COVID-19? All the insurance agencies worldwide saluting me because I educated how the insurance services should provide their services. Got it? Now how and why financial services worldwide, though panic mode, are saluting me for I helped them after all. Though handcuffed mode, though they should be in the jail mode, I only help them out in the rightful way with my civil justice, with my true display of who are the true criminals of created COVID-19 plague. And I also educated why software developed team must need a lot of time to rewrite everything because the broken is broken. Nobody can fix it. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Civil justice lives. Civil justice what? Civil justice lives. Okay. Again, this session went 1 hour 36 minutes is because when I have to talk about the overview session, I have to talk. So you all got it right that whatever I'm talking for the overview session, it is all God's Holy Spirit I'm talking. That means whatever that comes in my brain, I'm talking. And this write-up which I'm reading, I'm having it in a write-up. And then I'm just reading it out. That's all. I'm just customizing it for every single true criminal. You all got it, right? President Trump, President Pence, President Kamala Harris, and then President Joe Biden. And there are so many more on the list who you all should know who created COVID-19 plague. It's absolutely crime they did, whatever they did to humanity. They should never have bothered to done that. They did it anyways. It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. So there is a live examples how educated population, how retired age population are more filthy after all. Because they are in the generation gap mode. President Joe Biden's brain is working 1940s, 1930s. He's not in 2021. His brain is not in 2020-21. No. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, nobody is left out in the civil justice. Everybody stands in the court of law and everybody must pay me the price because damages is provided to me. They can go fool around and they can create damages for my peers because there's an innocent, they cannot understand how they got into that kind of a damages mode. So I became a mouthpiece for entire human kingdom. That's all. Pope never was able to fool me when Pope Francis, in the form of venomous snake, was able to fool entire human kingdom. Pope Francis never able to fool me alone. That itself is a miracle, right? That itself is a proof that why I'm God's child. That is a live proof why God provides that firewall. God provides that protection. I'm proving it in a live display. When there's a temptations there worldwide thrown and given in the hands of humans, how God always protects God's children. Always. So that means that is a live proof how even when there is a, I already said, so that means the eyes must be blinded or some kind of a foolish processing must be provided for the God's children to be fallen in trap. Even in that moment, God's name alone will be glorified. Because innocents are always innocent. Their innocent love, their naive love is always cleanest love, purest love. They say correct is correct, they say wrong is wrong. A true woman can display the innocence of animal kingdom. So that means even the animals must have been praying to God. Oh God, send a true woman. Because a true woman alone can display the innocence of animal kingdom to the human species. And I'm providing that. I'm a mouthpiece for a lion. I'm a mouthpiece for a tiger. I'm a mouthpiece for a snake. I'm a mouthpiece for an insect, right? I know they are innocent. They're absolute innocent. Right? And all the plants were praying, must have been praying to God. Oh God, send true women to display the innocence of plant kingdom to the selfish human kingdom. I am here now. I'm there. I'm back up. They all can count me. Apple tree can count me in. Right? Because I'm born. That's all is needed. I'll get civil justice for entire plant kingdom. They cannot talk and I can talk for them. Can you all see how on innocence, it's always a true woman only can provide the excellence wisdom of only because of the clean love, clean-hearted love, the purest virgin form of a love. Virgin means what? One more time. Oh, you all cannot talk, right? I will explain. Virgin means what? Clean, purest, naive, hearted person. Worldwide population and nations were praying for that true woman to be born. I'm born. For predictors, forefathers, they predicted in the Holy Bible that a true love will be born. I'm true love. I already said people will be going after the true love means what? What is the meaning of true love? Oh, you cannot talk, right? I will again provide the clear love, crystal clear communication. True love is what? It is the cleanest love. It is the purest love. It is a virgin love. It is a naive-hearted love. It is a golden-hearted love. It's a diamond-brain love. It is the highest standard of living, moral standards of living love. Always mandates holy marriage law, love. Always fears true God, love. Always can die for true God, closing eyes abruptly, love. The true love always is true love forever and lives forever. People can crucify true love. It still lives. That is a wisdom. That is a wisdom why true love always has its own standards, always lives forever. There is no death for true love. It's evergreen. Forever. Forever. Why people love only true love says it all. It sums it up why all is all, right? It is heaven. True love is heaven. There is that always that peace, that understanding. There is always that peace that provides perfect harmony. Wonderful counselor. True display of God is true love, right? Created in God's image. I am a display of a reborn, my dear fellow mankind. Now tell me, are you going to say me I am a weirdo? Or is Dr. Fauci or Dr. Brinks going to say I'm a nuts? Because they studied the anatomy of the human body forever. Right? And I'm saying, hey, doctors, I am the reborn display. Now tell me what they are going to say. Don't you all think each and every single human cell that's created right from one rib bone, I am happiest, my dear fellow mankind, and I decoded the truth only because I worked on the Poverty-Free Earth End of the Year volunteer project. So can you get it? How it is always the God's labor. God only pushed me. God only said, hey, go. Like how God wanted Jonah the prophet to go to the Tarshish, right? Nineveh. Sorry, I said Tarshish, Nineveh, right? Can you all see each and every single generation? It's God who mandated Moses to sit down and write the Genesis. He never wanted to. He only said, God, I cannot even talk correctly. I have that stutter problem. I'm disabled, God. But God mandated him only to lead the Israelites. So the God way of choosing the people also is a pattern. It is his way. So I realized when I was providing, please, if it's getting 2 hours more, it's okay. We are addressing an important issue, right? I'm displaying who created and who is creating COVID-19 plague. That is important. So I realized, this is why God mandated me to work on the Poverty-Free Earth End of the Year 2030 volunteer project. That realization, please tell me, my dear fellow man, can I have a dummy brain only like you all? So that means I am one among you all. You are all my blood drops. I already conveyed that, right? So how on the earth that brain, when I was working only on the poverty true crime that needs to be cracked down, please tell me why my brain should even say that. Oh my, that moment when I decoded the truth, when I was seeing my hand, when I was seeing myself, that realization is the holiest realization, isn't it? Not even one woman in the earth knows that they are reborn is enough how their eyes got blinded and they are living in an illusion. They are living a prostitution life. Right? And even when I decoded the truth, it's just not me who decoded the truth and then cooked up a story like that. No. The very second I decoded the truth, all the nations worldwide got the truth. Raw mode. That means Facebook too knew. Everybody who worked in that volunteer project knew. Be it strangers, the governments, the national leaders, everybody. So what more of a proof you all want, my dear fellow mankind? Tell me. I am the live proof that I am created out of ribbon. You all tell me. Software world got it because when the brain is working on a logic or algorithm or how the brain goes into the research and analysis and design mode, it is always that what's that word? Eureka moment. I found it. I found the truth mode. People worldwide were breaking down on the puzzles and the mysteries of human life cycle. They could not figure it out. All they were saying is whatever Holy Bible is a crap, it is false, it's a fake. Do not believe Holy Bible. But then I stepped in and I educated. See me. Dear fellow mankind, see me. I am created from a ribbon. See me. A live testimony. See me. Yes, I am not appealing. Right? Yes, I am black skin. Yes, I am a waste. But see me. I am created from the ribbon. I am created from the ribbon. People got the shock. People knows who I am. You all keep working on who I am. Okay? I educated women are highest privileged creations. It is because through me, all the women worldwide are going to get saved. It is through me, the entire male population are going to get bailed out. That says it all, right? When President Trump, people might be wondering only because people do not wanted to get any medals from the President Trump because of whatever he done for a destruction to the USA in past 4 years is crime, right? On a standalone. But then when people were hating on that end, I stood up and said, I would not mind getting all the Medal of Freedom, Medal of Excellence, Nobel Prize and Medal of Doctorate for Public Mental Health Service Provider, Medal of True Friend, Medal of Hospitality, Medal of True Soldier, Medal of Army, Medal of Navy, Medal of Police Gender, Medal of Police General, Medal of Marine, Medal of Navy SEALs, Medal of Educationist, Medal of Disciplinarian, Medal of True Friend, Medal of Coach, Medal of Guide, Medal of Teacher, Medal of Lawyer, Medal of Judge, Medal of True Supreme Mom, Medal of True Supreme Dad. I would love to take it because that is how I can even bail out the entire male population worldwide. And that is the wisdom behind it, right? People would have even mocked at me. Oh, why this lady is saying that when everybody hates President Trump? Why this lady is not saying that she can get the medical medals types from President Joe Biden? Fools will mock me that way. Wises will not. I will leave it as is, right? I will leave it as is mode. In my book of civil law, my way of providing civil justice is totally different, says it all, why I am God's child, why I am having supernatural power of God, why and how I could feel and sense whatever that natural disasters is happening around. It's all because of something that's happening in justice way to me, and it's directly related to that. And the latest proof is how the state of Texas got the freezing snow one day, and 2 days after it got highest warm temperature 80 degrees. That is a 360 degrees difference, right? Nobody knows. Even I never knew. That is a life proof of how God's Holy Spirit and the supernatural power works. The year 2019, injustice provided to me, and then the Notre Dame Cathedral got burnt. I was just only educating wisdom, nothing more or nothing less. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. I am created from the rib bone, and I am created from the dust. Life proof. Whatever predicted in the Holy Bible, it's happening now. Word by word, it's a God, Holy Spirit written word. Yes, there are intoxications in the Holy Bible, and I will provide more crime for that as well. Wait, please wait. Be patient. And yes, I should get the rightful job, and I should get the salary, I should get the finance aid, I should get the national benefits my way, right? When I'm displaying all the crime, can you all see that how President Trump is only displayed as innocent and President Joe Biden is not? Right? But for my peers' eyes, it would have been the other way around. For their blinded eyes, President Joe Biden is only innocent and President Trump is not. But then can you see how I stand out in the crowd of providing the civil justice, and I'm providing excellent? And why all the justice services have fallen down in knees before me and saluting me, being aware that I am the excellent supreme civil judge for all nations, eligible to be the supreme judge and family law judge and children's law judge worldwide, right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, civil justice wins, always, all the time. Always, all the time. And it again took 1 hour 54 minutes. I have to quickly read through the civil justice sign-off. President Joe Biden cannot be in the White House, sorry. He can say that he got elected. He can say that he already started, his processing. No, he cannot. This crime is skyrocketing. When he created the COVID-19 plague, how on the earth can he be a president? Population will say, just get out, right? He wanted to hide the truth, and I displayed the truth, and he cannot run and hide also. Population will say loudest to President Joe Biden, just get out. Population will say loudest to Kamala Harris to just get out. Because they are the ones who created COVID-19 plague, and how on the earth they can be in the White House, right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I have to provide this overview session. And you all know, you all got it, right? Whenever I'm providing the overview section, I'm just talking with whatever that's coming in my brain. That means whatever God is asking me to talk, God's Holy Spirit, the oxygen in my human body is asking me to talk, I'm talking. You all got it. I'm not writing up and cooking up a story, no. And I got that comfort level, how? Because I'm using this video call and video session and talking, not facing the crowd, right? When I should have been doing that, but I have to work on that part as well, right? I have to work on facing the crowd and talk. I can talk, but I have to work on facing and how to talk in front of the crowd. tell me, for my entire lifetime, I was having the stage fear, and I'm 46 years old now. And when I'm saying I have to work on it, it takes a process time, right? You all should give me that processing time for that. I have been an athlete and a sports person all along, but I've never been in that drama. Maybe once or twice I've been there. That's all. Okay, and I cannot, the debate, you all love the debate, right? Everybody loves that debate session. Students will come out and talk on a topic. They'll be given a random topic and they have to talk on that, and they grade out of who debated correctly or who got that audience attention like that. I've never joined in that as well, no. Now I can sing. Now I'm singing. Even then, I never used to join in that singing competition like that. No. When I was in the school days, people, the recital, the poems they recite, and they were all there. And inter-school and the inter-school competition, I never joined in that. I always back off on that. Right? And even in the studies, I'm there just an average study. And I used to sit in the back seat. The front seaters are always that studious type, always get that mark, When I talk, and I enjoy, and I live the life to the fullest just by laughing alone. People have seen me only laughing, always, all the time, laughing at loudest. And my voice is so bass voice, right? So even if I laugh out loudest, it comes like a very loud voice. But then injustice thrown on me in an injustice way, and being an average human, it was too much for me, right? For me, though an average student, every single school year, I used to get the sports medal, like team sports or volleyball, like that, and the other things. And when injustice thrown on me in an injustice way, that took a lot of emotional processing for me to handle, right? Because I've been winner, and getting the medal. But then I felt that the moment I realized that I've been created from a rib bone, that's a lot of transition of human brain processing, right? So I realized, okay, all this crucifixion, all this injustice, all this scars, all this acid thrown on me for the God's name to be glorified, and all along it is God who protected me with a firewall and was holding me, right? And that is a brain processing for understanding, right? Now, normal, average people cannot even understand that processing. But God gave me the wisdom to understand that. Oh, this is why those injustices thrown to me. This is why acids were thrown on me. So when I'm talking acid and scars, means it's not literal. Got it? When you're going to see me, I will not have that acid disfigured, created from the acid, but it's still an acid processing only. How killing and murdering have different processing. When you're anger, when there is an unhealthy anger, it's a killing. So you all cannot say, see, killing means only take knife, and killing means only that is called as killing. No. When you're having an unhealthy anger, it is a murder. It is a killing. Right? So it has different puzzles and the real complex things that needs to be decoded. And I decoded it in the rightful way. Yes, I am the rib bone. I am happiest. Happiest, not when I'm having everything, right? I already said I'm a pauper mode, I'm refugee mode, I'm orphan mode, I lost it all mode, scars on my face mode, acid after acid mode, unemployment mode, pauper mode, beggar mode. right? Don't know what I'm going to do for next month. Basic expenses mode. Age, I'm in a middle age mode, right? 46 years old mode, gray hair mode, hands are falling mode, obese mode, enough to be body shame mode, right? I do not own a home mode. Still I'm happiest. There's a peace that passes understanding. Always people will wonder, right? How on the earth, when all is lost, these civilians can live happiest mode? Because it is always created by God. Tell me, when I know that I'm created from the rib bone, what more I need? Yes, I do need all this basic essential, means I need it for a basic essential, that I have to pay the monthly bills, I have to need a shelter, I need to eat, right? So those are the basic essentials. It's never even a luxury I'm asking you, but it's a rightful thing. But beyond that, what more I need? You tell me. Nothing, right? Nothing. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, I said, right, out of 7.9 plus billions of humans, being it audience to my life testimony, there are two people special in my life, right? Out of those two people, if your only vices in the audience will be in same page with my wisdom education. I'm not considered about the foolish population. Okay, I know they are fools, so I do not even bother to talk about that. So I only wish those two people will be my audience, isn't it? Out of that, one is provided the ribbon to help God create me. I'm happiest in whole entire planet Earth. I don't know my life even changes, how it's going to be beyond. But first, I want civil justice to be served, right? I just want civil justice to be served. Because I should not be living in this kind of a emotional torture of finance disability. So you all got it, that robocall poverty mandate is the one triggering switch, and then the second triggering switch is I filed a lawsuit against USA and all nations of $50,000 trillion. And then all the public sector's population, they are on the software world, right? So software world can be in the same page with whatever my education. So they all must have said, yes, dear government, the systems have crashed in pieces. We don't know what to do. This is exactly what Department of Welfare Services would have said to the Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Tax, Department of Workforce, and to government professionals, and they all got mad because helpless mode, right? When broken is broken. They cannot fix it. Software's world will go mad. They will say, just they cannot fix it, sorry, right? Because it's too much of labor. And they came up with the word called COVID-19. It's the shortest word. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, the integrity, the loyalty, the work ethics, Department of Justice teams, they saluted me because of my work ethics. Without knowing, because I never went to the law school, right? They were super shocked how I provided excellent justice for myself, for the justice teams, and for all the people in the justice teams as well. Now tell me, what is the, are people going to say, I already provided a challenge. Either Holy Bible will be thrown in volcano, or Pope Francis will be thrown in volcano and die. Facebook teams knows that. I said the same sentence. So we all can be on the same page on that end too. I said either Holy Bible will be in the earth or Pope Francis will be in the earth. You take that as a challenge. Now tell me, what is Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks going to say about that? Because they are saying Holy Bible is wrong. I am the very first human to educate Holy Bible is math. Holy Bible is a science. Holy Bible is a botany, or the study of plant kingdom. Holy Bible is geography. Holy Bible is history. Holy Bible is a language, love language. Holy Bible is a behavioral science, life science. Holy Bible says the human anatomy decoded correctly. So that means the curriculum provided in the medical services itself is wrong. I'm proving it, right? Holy Bible is physics. Holy Bible is a chemistry. Holy Bible is a physical education, the sports, the recreation, the arts and the science and everything. So that means you all got it. People took those baseline from the Holy Bible and they created a havoc, a disaster, according to their will and pleasures. So Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks, they misguided USA, telling that Holy Bible is fake. This science is only truth. And I already said, when I provided the education, it is the atheist, the educationist, Stephen Hawkins of London, from Oxford University. He died. He was in 70s, right? He died. Because all along his entire human life cycle, he's been providing the illusion and fooling and destroying human brains. He realized that as a crime. He could not take it. He just saluted me for I provided the rightful pathway for him. Even at the deathbed, he should have said a word of prayer. An atheist, right? He should have said a word of prayer to God. And then only he should have died. I guided him even in the death path. That is the wisest. That's how wisest people will do. So tell me, what is Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks going to do? They got salary for $1 million for creating the COVID-19 crime. Watch and see what is going to happen. I do not want to delay more than 2 hours and 8 minutes. But that emotional part of it says that, hey, say all the truth to the population. Please educate the population the rightful way means. That's how this 2 hours of 9 minutes of overview session is going. And I'm talking whatever God is asking me to talk. It's just coming in a random way, right? You all can sense it. And okay, my dear fellow mankind, yes, President Joe Biden must get out of the White House immediately. The crime is just super skyrocketing. Okay, and I will quickly read through this civil justice sign-off and I will end it. Probably 2 hours and 15-20 minutes, I will just end it, okay? Victims of abuse, patients billing, medical finance aid compensations claim process. In the year of summer 2019 to December 2019, I, Vethapriya PROSE, filed a lawsuit against at fault and found guilty USA nation for $50,000 trillion. And that is why domestic violent prostitution Democrat President Joe Biden during 2020 to 2024 of USA created COVID-19 plague with fatal negligence to enforce pain infliction in my brain nerves. As of February 22, 2021, crime count 1, at fault prostitution COVID-19 plague is Democrat President Joe Biden of USA failed in welfare services job and with fatal negligence created COVID-19 plague worldwide and mandated mask worldwide and enforced I, Vethapriya PROSE, to wear the mask, and it is deadliest crime of COVID-19 plague. Democrat President Joe Biden of USA to enforce I, Vethapriya, to wear the mask as a mandate and creating emotional torture in my brain nerves. I, Vethapriya PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge for civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want Republica Prostitute, Democrat President Joe Biden of USA to pay tax-free $500 billion per president times 44 presidents of USA since 17th century will be total tax-free 225 times 0.00000 direct deposit to my bank account in next 1 second. And wild endangered species, domestic violent, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs, excuse me, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, the prostitute, and phases of Pope Francis failed in absolute monarch's job, and with deadliest crime of domestic violence, fatal negligence, classified as deadliest venom, poisonous wild endangered species, for created COVID-19 plague and mandated mask to enforce emotional torture, pain infliction on brain nerves of Vethapriya PROSE. So I want wild endangered species, domestic violent, leprosy patient, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs to sign off tax-free $500 trillion per prostitute absolute monarchs times total absolute monarchs direct deposit or wire transfer to my bank account in next 1 second damages to my brain nerves done by prostitute absolute monarchs is classified domestic violence with fatal negligence is proved, and Roman province Jesuits organizations of USA in 50 states of state of Wisconsin, state of Illinois, state of Michigan, state of New York, state of New England, state of Maryland, state of Louisiana, state of Missouri, state of California, state of Oregon must pay separate tax-free $500,000 trillion times 10 states of Jesuits 500 followed by 4 zeros. $1 trillion direct deposit to my bank account, domestic violence types provided by President Joe Biden of USA's breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment and types, and trespass to land and chattels and types. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, it is 2 hours and 13 minutes, but you all got it, right? The overview session only is taking a lot because people should be educated. You all got it. Who created the COVID-19 plague after all? Your blood must be boiling, but I'm saying please be patient, right? Civil justice will be provided, and I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Okay? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.